Imagine being at a busy four-way stop, unsure when to move, causing confusion for everyone. Now picture that scenario on the open ocean where hesitation could mean disaster. Rule 16 of the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea (COLREGS) is designed to prevent this chaos. It tells giveaway vessels not just when, but exactly how to act to avoid collisions. This rule is all about taking early, substantial, and clear action. No hesitation, no tiny adjustments, just decisive moves that everyone can see. In this video, we'll break down what Rule 16 means, why it exists, and how it keeps ships and lives safe at sea. Hesitation on the road is confusing, but at sea it's downright dangerous. Ships can't stop on a dime or make quick turns like cars. If a giveaway vessel waits too long or makes only minor adjustments, it creates uncertainty for everyone. This uncertainty increases the risk of collision, as the stand-on vessel can't predict what will happen next. Rule 16 steps in to eliminate this risk by demanding clear, early, and substantial action. The goal is to make your intentions obvious, so everyone knows what to expect and can navigate safely. Rule 16 is short but powerful. Every vessel directed to keep out of the way must take early and substantial action to keep well clear. That's it. No room for wishy-washy moves or last-minute decisions. When you're the giveaway vessel, you must act decisively and obviously. This rule is the backbone of safe maritime navigation, ensuring that everyone knows what to do and when to do it. It's not just about avoiding a collision, it's about doing so in a way that leaves no doubt about your intention. For Rule 16, other rules told you when you're the giveaway vessel but not how to act. Without clear guidance, mariners might wait too long, make tiny course changes, or act hesitantly, leaving the stand-on vessel confused and anxious. Rule 16 solves that by requiring three things: act early, make your move substantial, and keep well clear. This clarity reduces the risk of accidents and ensures both vessels can navigate confidently, knowing what to expect from each other. Let's dissect Rule 16. Every vessel which is directed to keep out of the way of another vessel shall, so far as possible, take early and substantial action to keep well clear. This applies to all vessel types, big or small, power-driven or sailing. If any rule says you must give way, Rule 16 tells you exactly how to do it. The language is mandatory. You must act not just when it's convenient, but whenever you're required to keep out of the way. Rule 16 isn't just for large cargo ships or tankers, it applies to every vessel on the water. Whether you're in a kayak, a fishing boat, or a supertanker, if you're designated as the giveaway vessel, you must follow Rule 16. This universality ensures that everyone on the water is playing by the same rules, creating a predictable and safe environment for all. Word "shall" in Rule 16 is key. It's not a suggestion or a guideline, it's a legal requirement. You can't choose to ignore it because it's inconvenient or because you think the other vessel will move. If you're the giveaway vessel, you must act. This removes ambiguity and ensures that everyone knows what's expected of them, reducing the chance of accidents caused by indecision. Rule 16 recognizes that sometimes practical limitations exist. Maybe you're in shallow water, heavy traffic, or facing bad weather. So far as possible means you must do everything you reasonably can within those limits, but it's not an excuse for doing nothing. If you can act, you must act. The rule expects you to use your vessel's capabilities to the fullest, considering all the circumstances. Acting early is the first pillar of Rule 16. As soon as you realize you're the giveaway vessel and there's a risk of collision, you must act. Don't wait to see if the situation resolves itself or hope the other vessel will move. Early action gives both vessels more time to react, reduces stress, and shows competence. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Second pillar is substantial action. Tiny course changes or slight speed reductions aren't enough. Your maneuver should be big enough that the other vessel can clearly see what you're doing, either visually or on radar. Think 20-30 degree turns, not 5 degrees. The goal is to remove all doubt. The stand-on vessel should immediately recognize that you're taking action to avoid them. Third pillar is to keep well clear. It's not enough to just barely avoid a collision, you need to pass with ample, comfortable separation. What counts as well clear depends on the situation. In open ocean, it might mean 1-2 nautical miles; in coastal waters, 0.51 mile; in restricted waters, as much as possible. The key is that neither vessel should feel anxious or uncertain about the distance. Rule 16 doesn't stand alone. It works with other COLREGS rules to create a complete system. Rules 13, 14, and 15 tell you when you're the giveaway vessel. Rule 8 gives general guidance for avoiding collisions. Rule 16 is the action clause. It tells you how to actually give way once you know you must. This coordination ensures predictability and safety for everyone on the water. While Rule 16 focuses on the giveaway vessel, Rule 17 addresses the stand-on vessel. The stand-on vessel is expected to maintain course and speed, allowing the giveaway vessel to act. This creates predictability. The giveaway vessel knows what to expect, and the stand-on vessel can trust that the other will maneuver decisively. Both rules work together to keep everyone safe. Let's look at a real-world example. Container ship A has cargo ship B on its starboard bow, 5 miles away. Rule 15 makes it the giveaway vessel. Correct application of Rule 16 means immediately assesses the risk and alters course 30 degrees to starboard, passing 2 miles astern of B. This early substantial action is clear to B, who maintains course as the stand-on vessel. Both ships pass safely with plenty of room. Now imagine if container ship A waits until only 2 miles remain, then makes a small 10-degree turn. Cargo ship B can't tell if A is taking action or just drifting. B becomes anxious and may take emergency action. Even if a collision is avoided, it has violated Rule 16 by acting late and not making a substantial move. This kind of ambiguity is exactly what Rule 16 is designed to prevent. In an overtaking scenario, a fast yacht approaches a slow cargo vessel from astern. The yacht identifies the situation early, alters course 40 degrees to starboard, and passes with more than half a mile of separation. The cargo vessel observes the clear maneuver and maintains course. This is textbook Rule 16, early, substantial, and well clear. Sometimes large course changes aren't possible, like in a narrow channel. In these cases, the giveaway vessel might reduce speed significantly or even stop, using radio communication to coordinate with the stand-on vessel. As long as the action is substantial and keeps well clear within practical limits, Rule 16 is satisfied. The key is adapting your actions to the situation while still being decisive. One of the most common mistakes is waiting too long to act. Some mariners hope the situation will resolve itself, but by the time they realize it won't, it's often too late to maneuver safely. Rule 16's early requirement is there to prevent this. When in doubt, assume you're the giveaway vessel and act quickly. Another mistake is making a series of small, incremental course changes. This creates ambiguity for the stand-on vessel, who can't tell if you're actually maneuvering or just drifting. Rule 16 and Rule 8 both say to avoid this, make one bold, substantial move instead of several small ones. Sometimes, mariners try to avoid a collision by just slowing down without altering course. While speed reduction can help in some situations, it's often not enough, especially in crossing situations. Altering course, especially to starboard, is usually the better option. Use speed reduction mainly when course changes aren't possible. Trying to cross ahead of the stand-on vessel is risky and often violates Rule 16. The safer move is to pass astern by turning to starboard. Crossing ahead leaves little margin for error and increases the chance of collision. Always choose the option that maximizes safety and clarity. Some giveaway vessels assume that because they're bigger or slower, the other vessel should move. Rule 16 makes it clear, size doesn't matter. If you're the giveaway vessel, you must act regardless of your size or importance. This ensures fairness and predictability on the water. Passing too close to the stand-on vessel might technically avoid a collision, but it doesn't satisfy Rule 16's well clear requirement. If the other vessel feels anxious or needs to take action, you haven't done your job. Always aim for comfortable, ample separation. Relying on autopilot to handle giveaway situations is a recipe for disaster. The human officer must always be alert, identify giveaway scenarios, and take manual action. Over-reliance on automation can lead to collisions and serious consequences. Failing to take early and substantial action can have serious legal and financial consequences. The giveaway vessel is usually found at fault in collisions, facing civil liability, criminal charges, license suspension, insurance denial, and even personal lawsuits. Investigators use electronic records to determine if Rule 16 was followed, so there's no hiding from responsibility. In the open ocean, there's plenty of room to maneuver. Rule 16 means acting early, often at 5-10 miles out, with substantial course changes of 30 degrees or more. Passing with at least 2 miles of separation is common. The extra space allows for clear, decisive action and reduces the risk of misunderstanding. In coastal waters, traffic density is higher and maneuvering space is more limited. Here, Rule 16 means acting at 3-5 miles with 20-30 degree course changes and 0.51 mile separation. The principles remain the same: act early, act big, and keep well clear, but adapt to the environment. In harbors or narrow channels, space is tight and traffic is dense. Rule 16 still applies, but you may need to stop or slow down instead of making large course changes. Communication with other vessels is often necessary. The goal is still to act early and keep well clear even if the methods change. In fog or heavy rain, visual cues are limited and reliance on radar increases. If vessels are in sight, Rule 16 still applies. Early and substantial action is even more critical. If you can see the other vessel's navigation lights, act decisively to avoid confusion and reduce risk. The Strait of Malacca, 2 container ships approach each other in a crossing situation. Ship A, the giveaway vessel, identifies the risk early and alters course 35 degrees to starboard at 4 miles, passing 2.5 miles astern of Ship B. Ship B maintains course and both pass safely. No radio communication is needed. The early substantial action is clear to everyone. This is Rule 16 at its best: decisive, obvious, and safe. Remember Rule 16, use the acronym ESWAP, early action, substantial alteration, well clear, always applies, pass astern. Or just remember, don't be shy, turn early, turn big, give them space. If you're ever unsure, ask yourself, would the other vessel clearly see I'm taking action? If not, you haven't acted enough. With the rise of autonomous vessels, Rule 16 presents new challenges. How does AI decide what's early or substantial? Developers are programming compliance into navigation systems, ensuring that automated ships act decisively and visibly. The principles remain the same: act early, act big, and make your intentions clear to human operators and other vessels. Whether you're a professional mariner, a recreational boater, or just interested in how complex systems manage risk, Rule 16 teaches a universal lesson. When you're responsible for avoiding a problem, don't hesitate. Be decisive, be clear, and act early. This principle applies far beyond the sea. It's a mindset for life. Sum up, Rule 16 tells giveaway vessels how to give way early, substantial, and well clear. It applies in every situation where you're designated giveaway. Don't wait, don't make tiny moves, and don't just barely avoid the other vessel. Make your actions so clear that the stand-on vessel feels confident and safe. Violations can lead to collisions, legal trouble, and even loss of life. Rule 16 bridges the gap between theory and practice. It's not just about knowing you're the giveaway vessel, it's about acting like it. Decisiveness, clarity, and early action are the keys to preventing collisions. Whether you're on the bridge of a ship or making decisions in daily life, remember, hesitation and ambiguity create risk. Be bold, be clear, and keep everyone safe.